Like, I want to get some pastors on the hot seat in here and be like, dude, why don't you call him Yahweh? You know what I mean? Like, why are you going around with this, allowing his name to be deleted 6,000 times? What's up with that?
Like, why is it always about building your church rather than the church in general? Like, why is it always about building a new building in your area instead of like making this whole world more Christian? Like,
agreed. Ask the tough questions.
At the end of the day, we shouldn't be focused on politics.
That's what I'm getting at. You think people talk more amongst each other about politics or God?
Oh, politics, 100% right now.
There's our problem.
Yeah.
Like, we have to fix this.
It's such an inverted reality, and that's why it comes from the devil, because we should be talking about the truth no matter what. Don't be scared of any topic. If we're scared, that comes from the enemy. Welcome back to another episode of Two Beers and a Bible. I'm here with my friend Fred. How are you doing today?
What's up?
Nothing much. So if you're new to this channel, we're just two normal guys talking about the Bible, drinking some beers, and we're just asking the questions that we don't know the answers to ourselves. So we'll see how it goes this time.
Hey, that's a good way. I never even thought about what angle we could take with this, is asking the questions that we don't have answers to. We need to ask the hard questions too,
that we really don't have the answers to.
Not only that we really don't have the answers to, but like kind of put people on the spot. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get some pastors on the hot seat in here and be like, dude, why don't you call him Yahweh? You know what I mean? Like, why are you going around with this, allowing his name to be deleted 6,000 times? What's up with that?
That's good. We should get some real pastors in here.
Yeah,
I like
what's
that.
up with Easter? You know what I mean? Like those kind of questions. So get answers for the people, right?
Mm-hmm. Because I want to ask those questions, because there's sometimes I'm listening to pastors and stuff. I want to ask them a question like, why are you talking about the prosperity gospel right now? Like, why is it always about building your church rather than the church in general? Like, why is it always about building a new building in your area instead of like making this whole world more Christian? Like,
agreed. Ask the tough questions.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Are any pastors out there willing to go down in the rabbit hole and see what we can do? So we don't have the answers to these questions is the thing too. But
we've never claimed to be experts. We just, keep our ear to the streets and we hear things and we're like, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Never thought about it like that. Like when we had Stephanie on here,
So we have interesting guests. Like we had Stephanie, who is uncovering the truth about like Yahweh's real name and why it's been hidden from us. We've had people that we don't agree with, like Catholics, all sorts of different walks of life. Hopefully we can get more. And yeah, so
have you done any more thought into if you're a Christian or not?
Yeah, so I was editing it today, and I remember I didn't even remember you said something, but you're like, I'm having a lot of troubles right now. I don't know if I'm a Christian or whatnot. And that kind of hit me. Well, I was wondering, like, I'm unashamedly a Christian. Like, I'm not going to ever give up that label, even though I understand no labels. Like, why is that a bad thing?
I don't think it is.
Yeah. So, because whatever you want to call it, like the early Christians, like the apostles, they all called it the way for like 100 years. Like they're following Jesus's way. Like, I'm okay if you called me the way, like a wayer or something, but I'm someone that follows Christ.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. Whatever you label it is, there's a lot of bad Christians out there. There's a lot of bad everything out there. But I think that label Christian, we just need to make it mean people that follow Christ. Because a lot of people that claim they're Christians are following everything except Christ.
I agree.
So what do you think, you're not a Christian or what?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really put any more thought into it. What I am thinking about right now is these beers, though.
Yeah, let's get these. They're getting a little warm here, and no one likes a warm beer.
Brooklyn Brewery.
Brooklyn Brewery.
Is that right?
Let me guess. It's from Seattle. No.
It is not. It is from Brooklyn, Texas.
Wait, no, wait.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
It is Brooklyn, New York. We got the party pack. It is 4 different non-alcoholic. I guess it's called their special effects. Is that what that is? Yeah, special effects.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the golden, the amber, and then 2 IPAs down here. And we will see what we think.
Yeah, we'll rate it after the podcast episode. I'm going to start with the amber, hoppy amber today.
I'm going to go with the golden. and let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. Open it up. Cheers.
Cheers.
To the podcast episode. Another good one.
Episode.
Okay. So this is definitely a beer.
What do you mean by that?
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's an actual beer. It's not like
Oh,
hoppy
it's
spring
not like
water.
that. Yeah, that thing the other day, which by the way is now a 6-pack in my fridge.
So it's a staple in my home now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get back into the hoppy. We got retweeted by or reposted by St. Arnold's after that clip, and it's a staple in my golf bag now because I always had an issue with golfing with beers. Like it would be really good. I'd be really good golfing after 1 or 2 beers, but then it just dives down. But this is like the perfect thing. But I like this so far. I mean, it tastes just like real beer. So there's no. What do you think? We can talk about it later. But
Yeah. I want to let me get through the whole thing first, because if I made my first impression off the hop water or whatever that was, it wouldn't have been good.
okay. But it's interesting to see the progression too. But we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Um,
What we got today? What's cooking? Oh, how about Shia LaBeouf absolutely losing his mind in New Orleans for Mardi Gras?
I did not hear that. Please.
You've not seen any of this?
No, please talk about it.
Oh, dude, he was like picking fights, punching people, then got his butt kicked and ended up in jail, only to end up back on Bourbon Street, like after that.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, Transformers guy.
No, I know he went crazy like 5 years ago too.
Man, he's I think he went through a divorce or something like that. Just having a hard time. Speaking of, he's had alcohol problems, and seems like he might be back on the sauce. But there was an interesting video. Not interesting. He was at a restaurant in New Orleans, and these people were like looking like at the side of their eyes, and he's just
It's just like
staring at them,
glass eye at them.
No, like intently.
Oh wow.
It was very creepy. Like I would have been weirded out if it was me, and I would have had to say something like, "What is your problem, man?" But I mean, how do we look at that through, I guess a Christian lens? I didn't bring any clips to go over. That was kind of what I saw trending outside of the lady missing in Arizona. Like, what is it going to take to find this lady? By the way,
Also don't know about that.
What? The USA Today lady's mom?
Oh yeah, I've heard some things, but I really try not to listen to the news. But yeah, I that permeated my beer.
I'm just fascinated with that whole case. Like, she just disappeared, and like, do they want money? Is there a ransom? Like, what's going on?
But why are we talking about that? And then Epstein's all these emails coming out of him, like one after another, are just the craziest thing ever, and the media doesn't even talk about it. Like, why is that so much more important?
Are those emails crazy or?
Have you?
No, I haven't read them.
See, we're on the opposite sides because, like, the media is talking about all these things. I think for sure
they've been wanting to know what's going on with Epstein.
Only
years.
the Trump ones. They love the Trump ones. I've heard that on the media. Like, oh, Trump is. There are these young 14-year-old like that accuse Trump. Like, I've heard all those, but the emails that are crazy are gonna get a shadow ban on YouTube. Like, it's the most perverted thing. Epstein had a dentist on his island to remove the teeth for women, little girls, so they couldn't bite back. That's just like the least crazy one.
All right, so here's my issue with all this Epstein stuff, and we can come back to the Shia LaBeouf thing and whatever. But what I've heard from the right is that all these emails are just unsubstantiated, like Crime Stoppers tips, basically. They're not real. How do I say this? It wasn't like
there weren't a real investigation behind it. It was just on the anonymous hotline. Yeah,
somebody called in and was like, "Hey, Trump was with this person." Blah blah blah.
The Trump ones are, yeah, I agree, because all the ones against Trump is just the same story.
My point is, I don't know what to believe. I don't know if these Trump people, because they're so like MAGA that I'm pretty sure he could. He said it himself. I could kill somebody and people would still love me.
Yeah, they would. That would be true.
So like, I don't know what to believe. Are they right? Did he do some weird stuff? But I've also heard like the whole he kicked Epstein out. Like, he found out what Epstein was into, and he like
He was literally the only one that ever went to the police to talk to about Epstein. Everyone else hid in
But
the
is that
shadows.
true? I guess is
That is true because the police,
how
the
do we know
commissioner
this is
says
true?
that. Yeah.
From somebody who doesn't know anything about this, I'm depending on you to be the fact checker in this. How do we know that that's true?
Bold strategy, Cotton, for me to be the fact checker. But no, because he was the only one that there is transcripts of him going to the police and talking to against Epstein, and the fact that Epstein was against Trump.
So
Like
that's
he was
not,
trying to get him not elected. He was like
are
talking
these
to
facts
that.
though?
Yeah. Have you seen the Plaskett thing? He
No.
was in real time when she was going against Trump in Congress, like trying to get him, like his lawyer, like in a pickle. Like Epstein was texting this congresswoman trying to get Trump like on the thing, literally having a backdoor to Congress trying to get Trump. So
And
obviously
this is true
Epstein,
though, but this is facts.
that's 100% facts.
How do we, how do somebody that doesn't know anything about any of this, how do I believe that this is true?
Look up Epstein?
I have to read it myself, but
Yeah.
is it from a like legit source, I guess?
Yeah.
Like it's from the FB.
She even admitted that she was texting Epstein during that time. So it's already admitted. That's the only way I think you can tell what the truth is, if someone admits fault. And that's why what's that one guy who was like the MAGA guy in Chicago? Oh my goodness, I can't.
Jussie Smollett.
Jussie Smollett. He never admitted he was wrong. So no one knows the truth of that situation. But if he did admit he was ever like faking it, which obviously he did, then no one like that, and we would know the truth. The truth is it's all relative in today's society. So it's hard to tell what's the truth. So it takes someone admitting that they're wrong. And that's why so many people are not going to admit they're wrong, because then they give up the truth.
But then also with like so much fake news on both sides, and it's not even, it doesn't have to 100% be fake news. It could be just like not the full story. You know, they put those clickbait headlines and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
we've really gotten to a point where I don't know what to believe anymore. So that's why I'm asking these questions. I'm not, dude, I don't like, if Trump's guilty, he's guilty. He needs to be punished just like everybody else.
I don't care. Yeah.
I don't care if it's Donald Trump or Jeffrey Epstein. Like whoever's participated in this stuff, they got to go.
Exactly. No, but the documents in the troves that are actually from investigators, I think everything's unsubstantiated. It's all, or except for the emails about Epstein actually emailing things. Like he was emailing someone that some girl was getting scared, or was calling onto Jesus. This is a crazy email, when they were like trying to attack her or something, and she's like, "Oh, she feels better, more comfortable when she's talking about Jesus or talking to Jesus." And they were like making fun of her for believing in Jesus. They're like, "Maybe we should dress up as Jesus next time we come in to make her feel more comfortable."
Dang.
Like that's a literal email from Epstein. You can see that he wrote that. So that is true.
Interesting.
But it's just so crazy that these people like hate Jesus. Like we can all agree with that. The worst people, and isn't it that funny? Like the worst people, one thing they have in common is they hate Jesus.
I guess what I'm trying to like look at this is through, like, first off, somebody said it the other day on like Facebook or something, like if you look up at this point, if you idolize or look up to any political figure, you have a problem.
Yeah.
It's a mental disorder, whether it's Trump or Hillary or like whoever it is, Kamala, JD Vance. Like,
how many times you could get disappointed?
Yeah, if you're worshiping them, you've got a problem. And I think that speaks to where we're at as a country is we're no longer able to look at things like Jesus would. You remember those like what would Jesus do bracelets and all that back in the day?
Yeah.
It's like we're so blinded and so filled with rage from this politic nonsense, and all they're doing is getting richer.
Yeah.
So like, what is AOC's net worth up to these days?
See, I heard that was fake news, that they say she's worth like 20 million online, but like she would like release some stuff that she's not even close to that. So
but who knows what to believe anymore?
exactly. That's the key, is relative truth. Now, truth is whatever you want it to be at the end of the days, and we don't have the same common set of facts to work on anymore. Back in the day, you had Walter Cronkite on the news, and almost everyone believed it except the cranks, the crazy people. Now, no one believes in any common thing, and that's the whole problem right now. And that's really my whole point with this podcast is that let's just believe in one thing. Like, let's take one commandment, thou shalt not kill. Can we all agree on that? Probably not even more
No, we
anymore.
can't. We can't because of war, and we brought it up the other podcast is if the commandment is thou shalt not kill, then somebody breaks in my home, what do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it doesn't say thou shalt not kill except if you're in harm's way. It says thou shalt not kill, right?
Exactly. So I don't think that's something we could ever agree on. But I think what we need to do here is like, how do we look at this from I think the Epstein stuff is easy to look at from a Christian perspective. Like there's so much sexual immorality. There's so much like pedophilia. Like there's nothing right about this whole thing. Power, greed, influence. Like I know that there's stories out there of whether this was done to blackmail people or whatnot, which is not that hard to believe. Mm-hmm. If Epstein was dealing in the things that he's dealing with, like there's probably more to it than just some sick pedophilia,
No, he wanted to populate the earth. There was a whole Time magazine about him saying, and that's why his whole purpose was to have as many children. He probably fathered hundreds, maybe thousands of kids. And it was all about, he wanted this was a thing that he quoted, every single person on earth to have his DNA. Oh. And so that was like his goal was just to, like, that's why he was obviously.
He doesn't even have great DNA. Wasn't he like 5'4" or something?
Yeah. Who knows? He was obviously possessed by demons, right? By the devil. And that's why he had these crazy things. He just wanted to, he was clearly had some kind of connection to demons. And he wanted that to be with everyone in the world is probably how these demons think. And it's kind of crazy because that was his purpose. He had a place in New Mexico. He had the governor visit there all the time. And everyone talks about the island. No one talks about his ranch in New Mexico. Please look this up. And that's where he would just inseminate as many women as possible, trying to get his children out there. And a lot of these emails.
Again, how do you know this?
No,
how do you know this is true?
Because there's that article in Time, or I forget, there was some big magazine about his. This was back in the day where it wasn't like a bad thing, and he was like proud of it, and it was not everything was about above board because he wasn't like raping these women. He was paying to have children with them, and it was all about just trying to get as many people impregnated. And he had this ranch.
He was paying them to have children with them.
Yeah, he would raise these children. He would
raise them.
He would pay for the children, like for the mom to raise their children. He would pay for all these things. It would be above board, but. You would come to the ranch, get impregnated, and then he'd have more kids. And
how rich was this guy?
Well, a lot of people say one of the emails too that he wrote said he worked for the Rothschilds. He represents the Rothschilds, so the Rothschilds basically have unlimited money. So that there's trillions of dollars. They probably own. This is going to get banned or something, but there's no way to know how much money they have. But the richest person in the world, Elon Musk, is probably is nothing compared to them.
I think so.
I mean, they've been in power since World War I. I forget when they started their 4 families in Europe. Like they're in charge of all the banks in England, France, Germany, and Vienna. So they had all the 4 brothers, the Rothschild. That's how they kind of started, and then for whoever, what is that, 150 years or something, they financed both sides of the wars, like World War I, World War II. They didn't care who wins because at the end of the day, whoever wins is going to be, they're going to need to pay back their debts. Like they like war because it gets people more in debt. It's a whole crazy system we live in. And I just had lunch with my mom, and she brought up the Epstein stuff by herself too. So it's getting real mainstream now that my mom's talking about it. But she was asking my opinion on it because I've been talking about Epstein since 2016. And I started a website called True Stamps where you can buy stamps to stamp money bills where it says Epstein didn't kill himself. And a lot of people are buying that these days. Even more, like it goes in waves every so often. But yeah, if you want to buy some stamps, you can go to truestamps.com. And so I've been
truthstamps.com.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's currently active.
Yeah. Huh. So it's owned by my the same nonprofit that owns the Free Podcast Center. It's like Luke 12:2. It's all about just getting hidden things out in the open. So I've been talking about Epstein when it was a crazy thing. Now it's like an open conspiracy that you can talk about in the mainstream, which is I'm hopeful for because at least we're talking about it. Because I was always such a crazy person talking about that.
Were you a QAnon?
Oh, that's a good question. I read all the QAnons.
Because they're not looking so foolish these days, if I'm being honest. Like,
There's that HBO documentary that came out about QAnon, which I think was completely perverted what happened. QAnon was a real person. He wasn't this one crazy person that trying to make someone in the thing writing these things. But I think it dissuaded a lot of people. There was so much anger at that moment in 2016 when Pizzagate first came out and all
what
those
happened in
emails.
2016? Oh, is that when Trump won?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's when Pizzagate started, where the first trove of emails came out. And those
Were those
emails
Epstein?
were crazy. No, it was, what's his name? Wiener's laptop.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they found, and supposedly, I don't know how true this is, like the New York police officers who looked at it, like 5 of them killed themselves after seeing these videos and stuff on his laptop. But anyway, Pizzagate was where the Podesta files, the commissioner of the DNC, all his emails got released, and there's so many. We haven't even like the Epstein files are crazy. These are just as crazy, and we totally didn't talk about it because literally COVID happened right after.
Well, the reason I brought up the QAnon thing is because I know for a fact that they didn't just pick random names out of a hat. You know, like Prince Andrew was mentioned as far back as, you know, this Epstein stuff goes as being, and today he gets arrested. So that's when I'm like, maybe QAnon wasn't completely crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's all coming true, but I don't know. It's interesting.
The truth gets stronger over time. This is what really helped me.
And now the Georgia election thing, I saw something about that, like completely making, who was that attorney that was pretty crazy? Everybody thought.
Or Loretta. Yeah,
No. The one that was going to bat for Trump, saying that the election was stolen. The Kraken lady.
Mm-hmm. I forgot her name.
She's starting to look kind of like she wasn't a Looney Tune after all.
Mm-hmm.
With I don't know the full details of the Georgia thing, but I know it's not good.
And
people can bury their head in it all they want, but it's looking like they were right.
So that's what in 2016, after Trump got election, with these emails, this is when all the craziness started. This is when we got off 2 paths. Like, this is when we're bombarded every day with new controversy. Like, we can never stop and just focus on one thing, because those Pizzagate emails were ridiculous. And we need to go back to them. And when we're talking about these Epstein things, because that opened up a whole new thing. And QAnon, there's a real person there. But my whole point,
General Flynn.
Yeah, a lot of people think it was Flynn or Flynn's son. Yeah, which could
is he super smart?
Yeah,
the son.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting.
That's a good theory that it's Flynn. It was someone near the administration, because the best proof is that there's this pen, and he on Air Force One, they took a picture of a pen and a piece of paper, and you can see the airplane Air Force One in it. And that was never, ever anywhere on the internet. So he clearly posted that photo once. And you can't even find this thread anymore. It was like it completely vanished, but I remember it. But this is another thing, that things happen in real time. They scrub things. You don't know anymore. You try to go back to it 4 years later, and nothing's there anymore. Like, it's only in your mind. And it's a crazy thing. And that my point is that the truth gets stronger over time. The lies are very, very strong right at the beginning, but then weaken over time. And that's how you can tell everything in society. Like, if you look at COVID, like, what were they saying the whole time? You know, it's the vaccine is safe and effective. Like, that was a lie. It was super, super true. The first second they saw it, everyone believed it was safe and effective. Over time, it was neither safe nor effective. Like, it never was effective. And now there's even less safe. Yeah. Like, over time, the lies just disseminate, and the truth eventually will. Have you ever heard the whole saying? Like, the truth
will set you free.
What'd you say?
Truth shall set you free.
The truth shall set you free. That's Jesus' famous line. But they said a lie can travel around the world like twice before the truth even puts its pants on. Oh, so, like, it can take so long. Like, lies can spread everywhere, but the truth will eventually win.
Yeah.
But if you examine anything in society, just look at what like you have to look at a time scale of what's getting more and more right over time and what's getting less and less right. Like what was QAnon saying back in the day? Is it becoming more right or less right?
Well, that's what I was saying. It seems like it's becoming more right.
So that's why you can tell there's some truth there.
I guess the way I'm looking at all this stuff and, putting a Christian spin on it is, how miserable has all this stuff made us as Americans, right?
Yeah.
Like politics and elections and Epstein and all this stuff. And to me, it's like, all right, just bury my head in the sand and focus on God. Like, drown out all this stuff. But that's a problem too, because then I don't know what's going on. And if everybody acted like that, then these people are just allowed to get away with everything they're getting away with, right?
Yeah.
Elections are allowed to be stolen.
I think it's a test for that right now, because what can they get away with? They're just saying.
Like, none of this stuff is helping me become a better Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's taking me further away, actually, because I'm spending more time and brain power on that type of stuff, rather than burying myself into the Word. But you can't just let it go. I guess that's the problem.
Well, we just have to go back to Jesus, because I was the same way. I was so political. I worked for Hillary Clinton. I worked for these politicians. And then when I first woke up, like, I was all about politics, getting elected, trying to do things. I have another thing owned by Luke 12 too. It's called Encyclopedia Sensoria. Every day I would have an algorithm download everything that got banned on either 2 out of 4 social media networks.
Yeah.
And literally every single day I would look at things that are just being banned everywhere. And there's scientific studies being banned. There's all these things being banned from it blocked, and then you can buy these repositories on truthstabs.com. And but that was the way I thought forward. And this was like really before, like, I started believing a little bit in Jesus, but not like, I didn't have my big revelation yet. And so I was all about political, like, people just need more truth to them. They need to just, if all the truth just gets to them, all the evidence, people will change their mind. But where I'm at right now is only Jesus can save us from what's on this earth. This is Satan that we're fighting with. We have no chance against Satan.
I guess that's my question, is like, at the end of the day, what's all going to come out of this anyways? Like, a few people are going to go to jail, and then this is all going to just disappear. And in 4 years, we're going to be talking about the next, atrocity or whatever. And it's just all just designed to distract us from what's most important.
Yeah, Jesus is king, and he has an everlasting paradise waiting for us.
Like, we've literally been talking about Epstein and, QAnon and crazy stuff for the last, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, how long?
And, like, just imagine that consuming your life. And then not only that, like, what type of mind frame does it put you in, or mood, where you just become angry and bitter, and you don't have any love for somebody who sees differently than you, and all this other, like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just,
you're totally right. Because Satan, the enemy, can use anything against us, especially the path to righteousness. Like, we think we're battling like Satan and doing the evil. And if you're only focused on that, then never think about your own like path until salvation, and thinking about Jesus, reading more Bibles, like trying to get on the right path. Like, he would love you to just talk about Epstein the whole time, get crazy. And this is what helped me too, is you have to look at the
love
fruits.
For you to hate other people who don't agree with you and want to shoot them or whatever it is,
Or even these terrible people that are doing all these things, trying to get revenge and try to murder them all. We need to hold them responsible and do all these things. That's a fear-based system. And we know, and this is what helped me in the Bible, fear and anger does not come from God and Jesus. That's the enemy's work. So if you're angry, you're fearful, like you don't want anything to happen, all those things are from the enemy. And you need to focus on love, finding what gives you happiness, and find like where the fruits of where you've like get accomplishment from, like that real sense of like love.
Yeah.
Comes from not being fearful, from like none of this would have been possible if I was still like hyper focused on politics, but because I'm focused on helping my neighbor.
Were you super liberal at that time?
I was a Bernie bro, so it was a weird thing because
so you love what Mamdani is doing now?
No, I don't. I wouldn't Dobby at all.
I'm joking.
No, I was a Bernie bro because like it's like the horseshoe method. Like I used to be libertarian, really,
Oh yeah.
and then I kind of got further and further, and I became kind of like anarchist. I like was black pilled, like no government anywhere, and that's where like what the far left is. And so it's kind of like
The far left wants no government.
if you go all the way to the far shoe, it's like anarchist. Yeah.
Really, I didn't know that.
So
Well,
that's
that would be best, right?
anarchy.
No government.
That's anarchy. Yeah.
But that would be. I mean, what does the government do that improves our lives on a daily basis?
Well, it used to protect our rights, God-given rights. That's used to
Well,
be
it
the whole
used to.
purpose.
Now I'm talking now.
No, yeah, it's not doing anything.
It
And
seems like it's just making our lives more miserable.
because we don't even believe in God-given rights. So like what is it they're doing? Trying to make you more money? Like we have a failed system because right now our democracy, you can just fool people with propaganda to give them more money. So everyone's just voting on what I can get out of the government. Oh, the government's going to give me more money. That's a system that's just going to revert down in a snowball of you can't give away your own money. It's like the dumbest system in the world.
I feel like I should just clarify that I'm not anarchist or anything, but
Well, I'm not anarchist either. No.
smaller government seems like it would be a pretty good start.
No, I think a republic, what the founding fathers first had, like people that own land, that have a stake in the thing, that go to fight wars over their opinion. And if your opinion is wrong, like all these things that are happening right now, you can have a political opinion. You can say, you know, we should have transgender drag parties for kids. Like at the end of the day, you have that opinion and you don't have to fight for it. Like it happens, there's some bad consequences, whatever. That was just some idea you had. But back in the day, you had a bad opinion, like, you know, you don't want to be taxed or something. You would have to fight over that. You would have to like really be invested into your ideas. And like you wouldn't take on stupid ideas because then you would have to fight to protect those ideas. So you only did things that would make sense. And that's why that small government republic really works. But we don't live in a republic anymore. That's a big thing conservatives say these days. We're a republic. We don't live in a republic. This is not a I don't know. This is like an inverted totalitarianism.
I don't know what we live in. I'm just here for the ride, to be honest with you.
It's definitely not a republic because right now we have direct democracy. I think it's getting, wouldn't you say we're becoming more and more democratic than more republic? Like,
I don't know. I don't mess with politics enough to have these type of conversations. Like, I just know that nobody's happy, it seems, no matter what happens. I don't feel like the economy is getting better. I feel like the market's not getting better at all. So I'm more in tune with those type of things. Like grocery prices haven't gone down. The market's cold. What are we doing? Right?
mm-hmm.
So I can't answer those specific type questions because I'm not as informed on it.
Well, just on a layman's level, like people are getting more individual choice. Like there's more referendums that are happening. There's more like direct things we're trying to make it so more people have voices and we're trying to get more people into the democracy, get even more voices instead of a republic, whereas a lot of people vote to one person and that one person is the representative who does the voting and decides on things. That's the difference between democracy and republic.
No. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to it to know. I'm not informed. That's the word.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying it's obvious that it's going towards a democracy right now. It's going more and more towards a democracy, and people might hear that and say, "Great, we're getting more democratic now." But all that's leading is to the end of the day, like it's going to make people vote for more of their self-interest. At the end of the day, you're voting to take your money and give your money to you. Like it's the dumbest system in the world because that money it's your money.
Yeah.
You're going to vote so you get more of it. Like it's a system that makes absolutely no sense. And that's what democracy is. Like imagine back in the day, like knights and like back in the feudal system, like if just the normal people could vote to take all the land. Like of course all the old people would vote to take all the land. Like
yeah.
But that didn't happen because that system would make no sense. because everyone would vote to get more and more land. So that's why you had these like feudal lords who decide what's better. And that system, as terrible as it was, worked for hundreds, thousands of years, because at the end of the day, someone is invested in their community and is not going to just try to like, get more or like divide their things so there's less and less power. Like it's a hard thing to explain, but
yeah. Dude, I feel like you still got a fire burning in you for politics.
no, I definitely have a thing, but I need to stop because I think that's how the enemy gets me. Like my whole life was in politics. Like that's all I
That's
did.
unfortunate.
I read like John Locke, like all the philosophies, all like Hobbes and Rousseau, and there's so many like it. I love it.
Dude, it just makes me, now that I have Facebook, it like I saw somebody post something today, and then it was political, and then somebody on the other, side of things commented, and then all of a sudden an argument broke out, and it's got to be the dumbest thing, a political argument. And I'm not saying you're dumb if you do it, but like, what are we doing? Like, we're arguing politics on the internet. Like, that just does not seem like very healthy type of thing. And we wonder why we're so divided and hate each other and all these other things. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It's exhausting to even think about it.
it's exhausting because we don't see the end line, and that's why
How many opinions have been changed from a Facebook argument over politics? I'd be curious to know that answer.
I know I've changed my friends' opinions just through debate and talking. There's
On
been
Facebook?
not
Or
on
like
Facebook in real life.
Yeah, like that's a little bit, for me and you to go have a beer and you to believe one thing and I believe something else and then come out of it, like that's a little bit easier to comprehend or believe versus going back and forth on Facebook posts.
Yeah, I'm sure it has some impact, but yeah, you're totally right. Like, in person is better. Like my best friend, like one of my best friends, for 20 years was a crazy liberal, and I would always like tell him like just an alternative opinion. Like I wouldn't say this is you're wrong. I would just give him my you're free to have your viewpoint. This is my viewpoint, and it would always cause an argument. We'd always argue, but I'm like, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just giving you a different viewpoint you probably have never heard of.
Yeah.
And after it probably took 20 years, and he came to me, he's like, dang, Mike, you were right. Like it took 20 years of conversation with someone to finally happen. And that's why I'm saying it's not a quick thing.
Do you think those people who are like that though, like, would you say, and this is just a general question, is there who they are, like, their identity is tied so much into politics, like that's who they are?
Yeah.
That seems like a huge problem.
That's, I think, the whole problem with politics right now. Because if you're wrong about one thing, like you're wrong that Trump is not Hitler. Like if you have to be wrong about that, that means everything you've believed in the last 8 years, all those assumptions, everything you worked on is all wrong. Or like now it's getting even crazier because like imagine if you have to admit that you're wrong about the vaccine and you gave it to your children and you forced your parents to do it and all that stuff. Imagine how much of a toll that is on you to say, dang, I hurt my own children. Or even like the transgender thing, like you forced your kids to like cut off their genitals. Like you would have to, it would probably lead to suicide to think that you could do something so wrong. So you can never admit you're wrong because then that means you hurt your children. Like, so I don't think those people or anyone is ever going to admit they're wrong that did such terrible things.
But even not like so much as admitting you're wrong, but if that's, your identity is so like, that's who you are, is like, I'm a liberal. Like, do those type of people, or I'm a MAGA, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
When somebody says, hey, tell me about yourself, is that usually what they lead with? Like, I'm a diehard liberal, I'm a diehard Republican. Is that like, because to me, it's like, well, I'm a believer first. And if anything comes before that, remember I sent you that post the other day about that dude who was like, if you're in your 40s, the only things you need to focus on are wealth, health, like all this stuff. Not anything about God.
Yeah, everything except that.
Yeah, so like that's kind of where I was going with this, is that like are they so deep into this that like they can't even see like, damn, this is consuming me, and in the end, like I have no control over this, and it's making me a hateful, like obsessed type of person. Because everybody I know that's super political, they're like they've got some level of obsessive compulsive disorder that I don't know how they function.
Yeah.
So, but it's concerning if that's an overall, whelming majority that people get so wrapped up into this stuff. Like, you wonder how we've gotten so far from God. It's because of that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Really. I don't know. I'm spitballing here, asking. I don't know.
We were better as a country when people weren't so political, for sure. Like, you didn't care about politics so much. I think that's the sign of a well-functioning government.
So we should kick political people out of the country.
No, I'm not adding more people to the list.
I mean, that right? Like, if you lie, you got to go. If you're political, you got to go. Like, right? We got to get the principles right?
No, but yeah, funny. But at the foundational level, I'm just saying, if everyone's very political, like average people, average Joe Schmo is like talking about politics and knows about how like the system works, how the electoral system actually functions. If the vice president actually has a way to validate the votes of the fact that people know what you're talking about with this kind of, they're so deep in the politics, is a sign our system is wrong. Because at the end of the day, we shouldn't be focused on politics.
That's what I'm getting at. You think people talk more amongst each other about politics or God?
Oh, politics, 100% right now.
There's our problem.
Yeah.
Like, we have to fix this.
But when you tell people we should talk about God, they're like, "Oh, that's boring. Like, that's what your grandfather did. Like, I don't need to talk about God. Let's talk about what really matters today."
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that argument. Like, I'm not going to sit here and waste my time talking about your invisible being.
But it's crazy because that's the thing that matters, because that's where truth comes from. That's where love comes from. That's like where our foundation is. Like, if we don't have a foundation of what is right and wrong, that's where politics comes from that what's right and wrong. The reason we have that murder is wrong right now in the society is because Christianity says it's wrong to murder. Like, there was Hammurabi's code back in the day. You can murder people if they murdered someone that you know. You could poke out their eye if they poked out your eye. Like, the only thing that makes right and wrong is our general sense of morality, which comes from a religion.
Yeah, if the right hand causes you to sin, you cut it off. Like, that's the type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But we don't operate like that.
We don't.
As a society.
And the crazy thing is, if we don't allow Christianity to be our moral system, some other religion will be. And that's what's happened right now with like wokeism, with other things. All these different belief systems you can't question are becoming the state religion. So because people need some kind of moral compass. It can't, like, a compass can't just point to you the whole time. That would be a worthless compass. You need a compass that points to north. And we need to come back with some kind of compass that points to some kind of shared north again, instead of to each other.
Do you think that politics has stoked the fire of racism?
Oh, yeah.
In our country. Yeah. The only reason I bring that up is going back to, like, I've started, in the past, comment sections and things like that when it came to sports. You can get mean, you can get, say mean things to somebody on the internet and all that type of stuff. And now, like, I try to, like, number one, I just don't make comments. That's the easiest thing to do. Like, keep your words to yourself. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, type of deal. But it doesn't mean I don't see comments, right? And you see, some, the news channel post that this guy beat up his, domestic dispute and all this other stuff, shot a school up or whatever. And you go to the comments and it's like, usual suspects. Like, it's people going in there trying to dunk on, the other race or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or when, there's a shooting in Chicago, it never fails. Go look at the comments, usual suspects. Where are we getting with as a society, if this is the type of behavior that we have? And it just seems like all our problems, or not all of them, but the majority of our problems are rooted from politics.
Yeah.
At some point, we have to say enough is enough. God has to be first.
Exactly.
This politics stuff has to go. Like, we've got to get to a point where it's not the most important thing. Like, how many people do you think there's people out there that wake up and the first thing they open is Fox News or CNN or something like that? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
But all that comes from is
Shouldn't it be the Bible app that you open up first?
100%. No, that's a good point. But it comes from not being biblically based because for, I don't know, 100 years now in America, we haven't had free speech. You can't talk about different races. You can't talk about differences in IQs. You can't talk about any kind of thing that is taboo. So there's no way to address the issue at hand.
Is that more politics, or is that like what's driven that where you can't?
No,
is it politics?
Politics, yeah.
That's ridiculous at this point.
So, but at the end of the day, it's because God is not getting less and less weak. God wants you to examine things, wants you to talk about things. He tells us that we are all born in his image. Like, but we are different people experiencing culture at the same time from all different types of perspectives. We have different perspectives. We are not the same.
No.
But then politics, when God was removed from society, now everyone is supposed to be the same. Now everyone has to have the same kind of viewpoint, same kind of, like, you can't be different anymore. We don't celebrate our differences. We can only celebrate like one person. Like, it's hard to explain because it's like an inverted thing. Society tells us we want to celebrate our own differences, but we can't talk about our differences.
Yeah.
Like, it's such an inverted thing. They want us to celebrate our differences, but we can never talk about what differences we do have.
Yeah.
As a race, as a sex, as a cultures, somehow all societies are kind of equal, but we're supposed to celebrate our differences. It's such an inverted reality. And that's why it comes from the devil, because we should be talking about the truth, no matter what. Don't be scared of any topic. If we're scared, that comes from the enemy. Like, back in the day in the 1800s, there was no, like, you could talk about anything. There was a whole, printing press, and there was a crazy amount of different viewpoints on all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
And it led to us having some kind of shared culture, and we defeated the Nazis after a while. You know, we did so many great things as a society. And then for some reason, because our society, we defeated Nazis, we defeated slavery. We're like the first country to like stop slavery. We did all these amazing things, and we should change that. We should change the system that made slavery illegal, that made, Nazis like cower in their bunkers. We should stop that system.
Yeah.
Like, that system was built by a Christian ethos of everyone's born in the God's image. We're all God's children at the end of the day. And we're going away from that and trying to do something else. Like, why are we getting away from such beauty?
That's what I've been asking. Like, at some point, you have to look in the mirror and be like, dude, I've gotten too sucked into this thing that it's driving a wedge between me and other human beings who God loves just as much. And I'm not a very good person right now. Like, would politics classify as an idol?
The politicians, for sure. Like Obama, imagine how much of an idol he was for everyone.
Because, that it tells us
Trump too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it tells us to, avoid the idols. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? The Democratic Party, is that an idol? Republican Party?
Yeah.
Idol?
For sure. I mean, they have idols like an elephant and donkey.
It's no coincidence that this stuff is tearing the country apart. I don't know.
I just wish people could understand that all these truths from our grandparents, our great-grandparents, that they're trying to tell us that, like, that Jesus is real, and then Christianity, we believe in a goodness that comes outside of humanity. That's the stuff that helps us build a functional society. It's not being your own truth or being your own boss queen or being your own Chad or something like that. There's all these things about like trying to build each other up. But at the end of the day, we need to tear our ego away from each other and understand that we are all in this together. And I don't know if we can do it.
Are you going to vote in the next election? Or do you vote, period?
Yeah, I vote. I've never missed a primary.
Would you ever vote again for a Democrat?
I don't know intensify whatever for a Democrat.
Like president.
Maybe. I mean, Trump was a Democrat forever. Like he has two major Democrats in his like. This is why the parties don't matter anymore. Like Trump had the Maha,
Yeah. Kennedy.
Kennedy. He's a lifelong Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard. I was Tulsi Gabbard's.
Why does Kennedy get hated on so much? Like,
Yeah, we had.
is it? Oh, the vaccine thing. Yeah, we had this conversation. Never mind. I don't want to go into that again. Because making America healthy again seems like a good. Have we ever been healthy? That's the other argument.
That's why it doesn't make sense. People are against. I was Tulsi Gabbard's delegate in Wisconsin when it was the DNC over there. Like I was in the convention voting for Tulsi Gabbard, and she withdrew at the last second, so I didn't get to go. But I was a Democrat there at the DNC. I would have voted for the nominee, which I wanted to be Tulsi Gabbard. And
I know this kind of derails everything, but is there a Democrat out there that if they were to run, you'd be like, I would consider that.
yeah, Tulsi Gabbard, I still like her a lot.
She's a Democrat?
Well, she's the
Okay, I don't know.
she's the national director of national intelligence right now for Trump.
I don't even know that.
Yeah, so
I didn't know she was still a Democrat.
yeah, no, for sure. All like
I thought they disowned her
Elon
or
Musk
something.
is still a Democrat, and people are calling him a Nazi. Like the labels don't matter anymore. It's all about nationalism versus globalism. I
Well,
think
it seems like it's all about if you have anything to do with Trump, it doesn't matter anymore.
No, but I think the divide is nationalism versus globalism. If you think we should live in one beautiful world without borders, that's one camp, and like where you should be able to immigrate wherever you are. Like the border shouldn't matter anymore. Like we're all that's one camp, and the other one is countries is awesome to have. Like having a more decentralized kind of world of nations is the correct thing. Like having make America healthy again, not make the world healthy again. I bet if it was Mawa, like people would be for that. Oh yeah, let's make the whole world better. But as soon as you make it just to make America, maybe that's the divide that they have.
Could be. I think it has more to do with the vaccine thing. Like when you throw certain things out there, like it doesn't matter if the rest of everything you have to say is good. Like the negative outweighs the good. Like
This guy cleaned up the Hudson River. Like people called him crazy back then too. And then again, the truth gets stronger over time. I bet you Maha is going to be stronger and stronger and stronger. And the lies of it being terrible and being racist or whatever they're saying are going to get weaker and weaker over time.
I mean, is it true that we have like 400 banned, preservatives and that type of stuff in our food that are
all
banned
the dyes,
in other countries?
It's crazy. When I go to Poland and I eat their bread and eggs and stuff, like it doesn't even compare to anything in here. Like even Whole Foods.
Is it better?
Oh, way better.
Really?
Like it's hard to explain if you ever even if you go to this is why it's such a worldwide battle. Like Poland's one of the few places that doesn't allow preservatives. America's the worst, but there's very few places this virus is not infecting. That's why I feel so bad. Like we're the last refuge, America, really, where we're allowed to have free speech.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where the war is going to happen because there's still free speech here. We're allowed to talk about our opinions. But even in Poland, you can't talk about all our opinions. And I feel so bad
You can't.
It's the same kind of thing. You're a racist. You are a terrible person.
But they're not going to take you to the gallows and off you.
No, not yet. Okay. It's not like England where you get it's not like England where you get arrested. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know England has the most arrests for social media posts than anywhere in the world? Like more than Russia.
No,
it's like
that's
10x
crazy.
Russia.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you can't say anything bad about the immigrants because it says it's like upsetting the peace or something like that. This last year, thousands, it might even be tens of thousands of people got arrested for their social media posts just for going against immigration.
Really? So what's trending right now as far as is ICE still a thing? Is that still a hot topic?
I think they've given up on ICE
died
right now.
down?
Yeah.
What is going on right now?
I think
is it the Epstein
thing is the big thing, yeah.
Interesting. And who's this Prince Andrew guy? What is his...
was Epstein's BFF. He visited Epstein after Epstein got arrested, after he was the courts found him guilty. He would still visit him afterwards. He wouldn't hang out with a convicted pedophile if you're a prince of royalty in England.
So I guess the pessimist in me when it comes to the QAnon stuff is naming Prince Andrew early on in the QAnon thing? Is that like low hanging fruit? Like eventually this guy was going to get popped type of deal? Didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out.
I thought it was a good thing because a lot of people weren't, but he was always one of the top people that people were going for because he was a friend of Epstein and he visited multiple times.
But I'm saying like anybody could have guessed that this was going to eventually happen.
If you knew enough, because on the internet you would know. You have to be on the internet.
It doesn't make Q correct about anything is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, I don't think that as much because a lot of people were pointing. ABC was going to run a whole profile on him. And they got spiked at the last moment when Obama was... No, ABC News.
Prince Andrew.
Oh, okay. He had a whole expose about how he's, friends with these pedos and doing all these things. And they spiked the story last minute because the president called ABC, the Queen and King of England called ABC and spiked the story. This was going to be a major thing. So this would happen in 2015 or 16, I believe. So yeah, it's been happening since then. So you don't like, it was obvious. Like Alex Jones was talking about it. So, which is kind of crazy.
Who's Alex Jones again?
Infowars.com.
Should I know this type of stuff or does this make me look stupid?
Alex Jones, no, because like anyone, like if you know what Alex Jones is, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. But it's okay. You can call me that. But Alex Jones has been right about. He's the guy who said frogs are gay, or they're turning the frogs gay.
Never heard.
And then literally, science came out saying that they're turning the frogs gay after
ribbit frogs.
Like the pesticides we put, pesticides we put in plants literally remove genitalia from our frogs, like within a couple generations.
Huh.
So he was just warning that about
pesticides we're putting in our plants removed. Maybe that's what's happening to.
Yeah, that's why we're getting feminized. If you look at our testosterone right now, us too, we think we're such, macho men. If you look at our testosterone
I know I have low T at this point.
Yeah, but if you look at on general men in the United States right now, our testosterone levels are like nothing compared to like 40 years ago.
Really?
Like we are women basically. Like if you're not on testosterone thing, everything like. Where is this coming from? It's probably from the water and the pesticides. Like it's a thing to remove men. Like I talked about this before. Like I consider myself a pretty manly man here. And when I'm in Chicago, I feel like the alpha of the alphas because everyone just seems like such a feminized man there. Like, oh, I got my fingernails on. I'm going to throw a touchdown pass.
Really?
That's not Caleb Williams' story. But when I walk in a room, it seems like people can notice me. But I don't think when I come to Texas, I'm as alpha as anyone else. So there's still like more testosterone here in Texas than anywhere else.
Interesting.
But that's probably because
you
they
need
don't
to come to Louisiana.
Do you think
them good old Southern boys?
Yeah,
got the testosterone, buddy.
But it's removing our nature from us. Like we should. Have like masculine men in the world still like that. There's a purpose of having like masculinity in the world. Like why are we becoming all feminine? It's like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to react to some stuff now, maybe?
What you got?
I can put it on. Let me see what I got.
Sometimes God will hurt you to get your attention. When we love disobedience, God in his love would often hurt his children to get their attention. He might take something out of your life. He might disrupt something that you built. Since you want everything other than me, and since you won't come to me, let me disrupt your economy so I can get your attention. I know if I touch your money, I'll have your attention then.
I mean, that's kind of how I found God.
So you think God like is going to disrupt your life to get it closer to you?
No, I think he can.
Yeah.
Didn't necessarily mean he will, but I'm glad he did. I'm glad, like, he took me through the fire because I feel like if I had just kept going the way, like, it felt like there was a point in time where I didn't feel like I needed God, as crazy as that sounds. Like, I was doing everything right, making the right decisions financially, and all it takes is a few wrong decisions, and you're in a world of trouble. And when you find yourself in that valley, like, to me, that was life-changing to be in that valley, because that's where I found him. I don't know.
Nice. Well, I was going to take a whole different viewpoint. We don't have to get into it because that sounds good. I was wondering, like, why would God would ever, hurt you? Like, try to just because you're not paying attention to Him.
But how is
like
it?
He would do
How is
that?
it? How is it really hurting you? If in the long run it saves you.
Mhm. No, but I don't think He would ever, even in the real time, hurt you.
I guess my thing is like he never hurt me in the sense of I've never been homeless. I've never been without food. I've never been without clothes, running water. Like I've always had everything I needed. I've always been able to do for my kids and my wife. You know what I mean? Like never hurt in that instance, right? But there's been times where it was like, hey, I needed this because I don't know if I'd be sitting here having this conversation with you right now if I hadn't gone through some of the things we went through.
Well, I
would have just been sucked back in and living life like most of us do, right?
I think that's why God gives us free will, and it gives the devil free will to do whatever he wants on this earth. Because I think it's the devil that hurts us and makes us like just grind every day and do all these things. It's the devil that puts us in these valleys. And thank God we have God to pull us out. And like if we didn't have the get tempted off the path, like we would not need God. So it's kind of like a oxymoron, I think. So I don't think God really does these bad things. I think the devil is trying to get us off kilter, and then thankfully we have God to save us from the devil.
Yeah, either. I mean, it's kind of saying the same thing. It's just like who do you believe is, pulling the strings, I guess.
Yeah, on this earth I think it is the devil, but yeah.
Could be.
At the end of the day, it is God though. Yeah.
It's comforting to me to know like, hey, he brought me down to the valley where I needed to be, but he still provided a way, like there's a lot of comfort in that. Then on top of that, I was able to have this sort of revival, and it was almost like a come to Jesus moment in my life where I didn't have anything else to turn to, right? So it's scary. It's actually scary to think when you think in terms of eternity. It's scary to think, holy cow, what if I never hit rock bottom? I don't know if I would have a chance to make it to heaven the way I was living.
Yeah. If everything was just kind of average or even above average, you would never need to go back to God.
Exactly. That's kind of my point with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I have another clip. It was about like Catholics on Ash Wednesday. I don't know if I really want to get there anymore. Like, it was just about how like it's like, because this is always grinding my gears, even as a Catholic.
You need to try this one before we
all right,
wrap up.
Putting like ashes on your forehead and telling the whole world that you're you're not eating food, you're abstaining from things. Like I thought that always goes against what we're supposed to do.
Well, yeah.
So like having a big billboard, hey, I'm doing it. I never thought it was like a great thing to do. But
it does say that you're not supposed to, when you fast, you're not supposed to tell anybody.
Yeah, so I have this video queued up. I don't know if I'll put it up. So I have this video of a Catholic saying how it's okay to have a signing for it because it actually brings honor to God. Let's play it right now.
It's a humbling reminder that we need God. But Jesus said not to show off in fasting. Isn't this public piety? Totally hear that. But Jesus wasn't banning all visible signs of repentance. He condemned hypocrisy. He said, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face so your fasting isn't obvious. Ashes are humble, shared, not flashy. Even scripture praises it. Nineveh's king repented in ashes, and Job humbled himself in dust and ashes. Okay, but where's the command? This doesn't sound biblical. Catholics observe Lent because it's about growing in your relationship with Christ in an intimate way. He physically entered into our suffering, so we spiritually enter into his. It's a helpful aid to live it out. Very powerful, a visual reminder of our baptismal seal in Christ, like a wedding ring, not required, but beautiful and meaningful. Okay, that sounds less like ritual and more like poetry.
Oh, man. What did I just watch? I feel like if Holier Than Thou was a person, that would be it. No?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm talking to you as a child here, and this is why I'm 100% right. Yeah. No, but it's all not from Scripture. Like, you're trying to excuse the Scripture, except, I mean, she did talk about how some people use ash and oil sometimes to point it, but it was never about all day have people look at your forehead and know that you're fasting. That has never been in it. And you're trying to make it an excuse somehow how it's okay.
The other part of it, like I couldn't tell from here, but it almost was like she was reading everything. So like, how much do you really believe, right? Reading a script almost. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. That was odd. That was very odd. I
All
don't
right.
know.
So we tried reacting to some clips.
To me, it's like with giving too, right? You see people giving online, like making videos about it, giving the homeless and all that type of stuff, and that and fasting and prayer, like to me, is like why tell others?
Yeah.
I get it if like it's different if I'm like, hey, I'm about to do this fast. You want to do it with me? You ever tried a 21-day fast? That's a little bit different than saying like, oh, I'm fasting. I can't have meat. No, blah, 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 all this other type of stuff. Feel bad for me. I don't know.
No, I like the whole kind of sacrament of like from dust, you come from dust and you should end up to dust. Like I kind of like the whole ceremony of it, but there's nothing stopping you from washing off those ashes right away, so you don't have everyone seeing it on your forehead. So that they know that you're such a saintly person. Like,
and what else? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
it like what else is the purpose of those ashes except to get everyone else to see them, right?
Yeah.
Like if it was just for you and your relationship with God, God knows
Yeah.
that you had those ashes on you, that you're
100%.
dust from dust. You're trying to show other people that, and I mean, I know it comes from a righteous place, but maybe like we should do the ashes and then right when you get back home, just wipe them off. Like maybe that would be more in line with scripture.
I've said it, in the past on this show that back home, it's, there's a pretty big Catholic, population in my hometown. And it just seems like the people that are into swinging and the people that are into like drinking and cheating and all those other things, like more often than not, they have one thing in common.
Oh, wow. Coming after the Catholics. No, but I literally,
but it's like, I don't want to say do your thing in private, because we do need to be spreading the word and we need to be winning souls and all that type of stuff. But the way it comes off, and I guess the presentation is like, that's why like the first reaction I saw when I saw this video was like this holier than thou thing, and my question is, okay, you put this ash cross on your forehead, but what are you really doing? How are you really living your life? Are you just going through the motions because it's your annual, Lent thingamajig that you do? Or are you still, drinking at the bars and, doing all your normal stuff? Is it business as usual?
yeah, probably. I mean, last year was, I think, the first year I didn't do Ash Wednesday my entire life. I did every single, even when I had my whole Great Awakening and I started reading the Bible every day, like, I still did Ash Wednesday every year because it was just something that was a tradition for me, and I kind of liked it. So it took so much of me to deconstruct me to understand not to do it anymore, because it's like a red word in the Bible that says don't do it. It's not even like some apostle or something. It's literally Jesus saying, when you're going through these trials and tribulations, when you're trying to get a connection with you, like make it the connection with Jesus and like show a happy face, show how grateful you are, instead of like trying to like make it about yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're taking your holy vessel and making it about what you've done for Jesus instead of having that connection with just you and Jesus.
Yeah, and if you're doing it for like recognition from others, or oh, good job having that ashy cross on your face, like oh, you're
that's
really
what it
religious.
was. Like we walked down the street, I would see another one. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
we got ashes,
Well,
brah.
it says that's your reward, right? That's your reward. That's not the reward we're really going for, though, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, to each his own.
All right. So I think that's enough for today. I just had a sip of this golden one, the Special Effects Classic Golden by Brooklyn Brewery.
3.
3 for the golden one?
Yes.
I was going to give a 3 for this one.
Really?
Yeah, 3 for the Hoppy Amber. I usually love ambers too, so maybe I'm being a little too hard on it.
What are you going to give that one?
I was going to give it a 4. I
Really?
like it. It's
This is
not
so
as demanding.
funny how different our taste buds are, because I was going to reserve. I need to have this one cold because it kind of warmed up a little bit as we were here. because this is the second one that I had. I'm going to go with a 3 for now, with the ability to change it to a 4 if it's colder.
So you liked it?
Yeah, I liked
much
it
better than that one.
I did.
Well, I like this one just because it. I'm not going to say the thing anymore. It just tastes like mellow, and I kind of like that in a beer. Like I think that's where we're different. Like I think you like a stronger, more pronounced beer.
Yeah.
Whereas I like Coors Light, or Miller Lite kind of thing.
We're talking about beer here.
No, yeah,
Not water.
No, but this isn't. It has the taste of beer, but it's just not pronounced. But it's still kind of heavy. Like it's hard to explain. I like it.
The only thing I'll say is that drinking these two have made me feel a little bloated, and that was one of the things I did not feel at all with that hop water.
Well, that was literally water. How many calories does this have?
This says less than 100.
But that's still 100
You
more.
You don't feel a little full.
No, I
and
do,
bloated from these things.
No, I do. Like if I had one more of these, I would be like definitely. My stomach's already going.
Yeah. I like the blue one. I like the hoppy amber. Maybe that's what it is, the hoppy part of it.
I like the golden one. Luckily, the math is kind of easy. Then combining all of our averages, it's 3.5 for.
But
Brooklyn
we don't have a 3.5 on the scale. It's either a 3 or 4. So you give it a 4 for that. I give it a 4 for this.
All right, 4 for. But they're both 3.5. So how do we do this?
I don't even remember what the actual scale is, though. Do you?
Legit replacement is 4. I know that.
Really?
Legit replacement is 4, and like keep it in the fridge is 5.
Beer worthy garage fridge or something like that in 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
beer worthy replacement. Yeah.
I like this, man. This.
I mean, I liked it too. 3, I think is. I would possibly get it again in the future. Anything below that, I don't want to see it again in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Like a 2 is like.
If I went over to your house and you had this, and you're like, "Hey, you want a near beer?" I would be like, "Yeah, sure." I wouldn't go purposely buy this.
Yeah,
is my.
And I think I'm on the opposite side. Like I could purposely buy this if I needed a near beer, and then I don't know if I would buy the blue one.
Really?
Yeah. So I think we're right on the 3-4. So we can each have our own different things. This one's a 4 for me. Classic golden, and then
Real quick,
the IPA. Let's see.
what's that one? I am not an IPA fan.
Grapefruit IPA. Wow.
I definitely probably wouldn't like that.
So what's that one called?
This says crisp grapefruit bright non-alcoholic special effects IPA.
How's the grapefruit coming out? No, it's coming.
This might be the best one of them all.
No way, right?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Right, I'm gonna open this one.
I wish I would have brought one of these for you to try.
Well, did you get like a 12-pack or is it just all
I
this?
got it only comes
I don't
in
know if I
12-pack.
want to waste beers just
Dude,
drinking
try
a
it.
sip. All right. Let's see. This is another grapefruit one IPA. I'm not a biggest IPA fan, so let's see how this works. Great special effects grapefruit IPA. Yeah, I like that one. It's citrusy. No,
Really?
I like this one better. This is a 4 for sure. It doesn't taste like anything like an IPA.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm a little perplexed here. Like I'm not getting any IPA vibes.
No, I like it. It tastes more of like
Not in a bad way.
Cider, if anything.
I don't really like IPAs.
Mm-hmm. No, I like it. No,
I can smell I can smell almost like an IPA type smell.
Yeah, no, that were first open. I definitely smell like an IPA. But this one would be like good on a boat on summer or something. It's good. I like it.
This is unfortunately we don't have like a 4.5 on our scale.
Yeah, maybe we got to go to 10 or something.
I like that. That's my favorite out of these 3 that I've tried, actually, with this being second. So I'm going to go 3 for now. I need to have this cold. 3. And then that's why this is a 4 right out the gate, is because I didn't say I need to try this cold. Like, it was good.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good.
This one my first thing was like, I need to give this a shot when it's cold. So 3, 3, 4 for me.
All right. And
What did you got? What do you
I
got?
got 3 for the special effects Happy Amber. Let me try those again.
They're all special effects. I think that's just the.
Oh, got it. Classic Golden. I'll go 3 again for this.
So you went to 3 on that one?
Yeah, I went to 3.
And
Just because
3?
this is better. It's not a 5. It's got to be a 4. So this is good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely good. I could drink this one again for sure. Yeah, I don't need to have these in my life again. The other ones.
So let's revise this. Those 2 you wouldn't buy, but you would drink if you came over to my house.
Yeah,
And I had them in the fridge.
Yes,
That one you would buy.
I would definitely buy this one. Yeah,
But just a minute ago, you would have bought the yellow one, right?
I don't have all the money in the world. I have to decide which ones to buy.
Oh, yeah.
No, but if these were my only 2 options,
But I would buy these 2. Even though I gave this one a 3, I wouldn't buy that one.
if I was looking for like a old fashioned beer, like this tastes like a beer, like a legit beer, I could possibly buy this. I'm not a big beer drinker anymore, so I don't know if I would, but I could see myself possibly buying. This would be a 3.5 if we had a half. 3.5,
Yeah.
3, 4.
3.5 for me on that blue one, on the Happy Amber. Yeah. I'm happy with these.
Yeah, they were good. I like them. Brooklyn, you do a good job. I'm going to Brooklyn in a couple weeks. Funny enough that it's about this. I could have.
Well, you should send this clip to them. Let them know you're going to be around, and feel free to send us. I have no problem. Like, we should have like a thing set up back here with our favorites. Maybe some signs or something.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Neon signs.
Yeah.
Start getting some.
Let's go crazy. Let's make this a 2 beer. Like, we need to get our own neon sign. I like that.
And St. Arnold's for prime time real estate right here in the middle. We could stack up some of those.
Yeah, the best one should be in the middle.
What St. Arnold's needs to do though? They really need to get a non-alcoholic version of their Christmas ale. Did you have?
No, I never had that.
Dude, stop right now. When Christmas time comes again, you need to 100% go get you a 6er of those.
Was it like cinnamony?
No, I don't. I can't begin. I don't want to do it injustice by trying to describe it, but it's so good.
All right. Well, I'll try St. Arnold's Christmas ale.
It is beer though, so
That's fine. We still drink beer. It's just that on these podcasts, we drink.
Oh, by the way, I'm
non-alcoholic
50 days in, no alcohol.
beer. No way. Congrats.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Not that I'm keeping count or anything, but
Well, that's awesome. And that's amazing because we're not supposed to be addicted to things. And I think beer is definitely one of the easy things to get addicted to. So that's why I kind of like this whole NA kind of thing.
yeah, I've been fighting it since I was 15.
And it's like generational too, man.
Yep.
Like, we haven't even talked about
Family
generational
family
demons.
dealt with it. Grandmother, grandparents, like struggled. It was a struggle, man.
Yeah, and the only way we can get through it is with Jesus Christ. He's the one that can defeat these generational demons.
But these companies like this that are putting out this stuff, like, it gives you, outside of the alcoholic effects, the drunkenness or the buzz or whatever, that's the only thing you're missing from this. I'm still able to sit here and have a conversation with you just as if we were sitting here drinking some actual brews, you know? Like, the social aspect of drinking doesn't change, really.
Yeah.
It's just your inhibitions are, not out of whack.
The thing that grinds my gears about non-alcoholic is they're just as expensive as alcoholic. They should make it like half off because, like, I like some of the mocktails they have at restaurants and bars and stuff. Like, I would drink more of those if they weren't $12 each.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I don't get why they make non-alcoholic so expensive.
I get that, but we'll see.
Yeah, but no, this good call. You did a good job on this one. We're doing good. We're getting some winners. No twos yet, so that's pretty
I'm
good.
sure those are coming. Old duels. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, we're never doing it. Oh, we have to do it just for good.
God.
Good old
do you
sake.
really? Should we just light money on fire or really give that?
I don't know
shot?
if I've ever had a duels. I just know I make
it's
fun of it all the
terrible.
time.
Oh,
You've
God.
had it?
Yes, my grandmother used to drink it.
Oh, wow. All right. So this was another episode of 2 Beers and a Bible. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Please let us know if you have any questions, what we want to talk about. If you have any good non-alcoholic beers we should cover, we would love to hear that. Please like and subscribe on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere we're at. And until next time, we'll see you then.